model for their children. Grant them understanding and wisdom that they may become more patient in dealing with their children. Grant them the grace of laughter and joy, inspiring them a sense of gratitude for the gift of parenthood, which is, after all, a call to serve and love you more completely. As one Ateneo family, we surrender everything to you. May all that we are, our encounters, reflections, even frustrations and failings, be in your hands. May the works that we do and the way we do them bring new hope, new life, and courage to all that we come in contact with this new academic year. May our experiences lead us to see all things new in Christ. We offer this prayer of ours through the intercession of Our Lady of China and Saint Ignatius of Loyola. Amen. Holy Mary, Mother of
Pray for us.
Saint Ignatius of Loyola,
Pray for us.
let us love and serve in all things.
For the greater glory of God.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Ma'am Leonor. Okay, so once again, good morning. So at this point, I would like to call Father Joseph Raymond Patrick Sanchez of the Society of Jesus to give us his opening remarks. Father Rames.
Thank you very much, Sir Joseph. So good morning to all parents, and on behalf of the entire Ateneo de Iloilo Santa Maria Catholic School, I would like to welcome you first to our school community. You are new parents, and I hope that you will be able to find your place here in the Ateneo, and we will have a series of orientations and also some talks so that you will be able to uh, to, to enter into our community very smoothly. Second, we'd like to welcome you as well to today's orientation on the Contextualized Blended Learning Program. And this is our school's response to the pandemic. No, we started planning this a few weeks after a lockdown was proclaimed, and then we slowly refined it, and we continue to refine it so that it will respond to the needs of our students in this time of the pandemic. One of the questions of many parents is this: will I have to teach my child? That is the fear of many parents, especially in this pandemic, because the students will be learning mostly from home. Our answer to that is no. You will not teach your child. But there are several things that you have to do as parents, especially with children who are learning remotely. No? The very first thing that I would like to remind parents is that yes, you will not teach your child, but you are supposed to promote ownership of learning. That you have to provide a learning space that is quiet, free of distractions, so that they have no excuses not to learn. No? Good internet connection, and so that they can focus on their schoolwork and activities. And I would like to appeal to parents. No, sometimes they find it difficult to allow their children to struggle. There is what we call a certain, a healthy amount of stress, a healthy amount of struggle. So please allow your children to struggle. Yes, monitor both online and offline learning, and help provide guidance and support to your children, but please do not do the schoolwork for them. Do not deprive them of the learning experiences that they could have, that they could do independently. They can do more than what we think that they can do. Second is, it's also important for parents to establish routines so that the students will learn to regulate themselves, no? That they have to have fixed bedtimes. They also rise up early in the they rise early in the morning to be ready for school, that they get dressed, no? That they just don't jump out of the bed and go straight to online learning, that they get dressed and ready themselves to learn for to join their online classes. And I think what is important here is that the routines will emphasize responsibility and accountability, no? And therefore, please help them periodically assess themselves, no? Where they are, what their struggles are, and what help they need, no? Continually discuss this with them so that they are able to adjust well. And that brings us to another key important role of parents. And this is also what I remind administrators, that we always allow people to check in before we check on them. No, allow them to talk about what stresses them, the struggles that they encounter, the joys that they have during the day, but at the same time also as you have to check also if they are able to do all their deliverables, their assessments, their performance tasks, and other assignments that will be given to them. And this is very important because they will be at home and it will be difficult for us to monitor that. And then we also ask you to um, help us guide our students in balancing online classes and on-screen activities with offline activities. No, we physical activity is very important. Please make sure that they get exercise, that they also spend time with a hobby or a pastime, that not everything is about studies, and maybe also to ask them how far they have gone in achieving their learning objectives and their learning tasks. And constantly ask them in the spirit of Magis, how can we do things better the next day? And then finally, what I would like to ask the parents is this: please stay in touch with the school. At the beginning, we welcome you into this community. You are part of the community, and you will only be part of the community if you remain in touch with the school community. So please open your email, your mailboxes. Please also check our webpage regularly, and if you have any questions or you have any concerns or you have observed something different with your children, please get in touch with the class advisor of your child, the guidance counselor, and other teachers concerned if there are problems with the subject areas. But most importantly, I think your most important support system will be your co-parents. Please get to know your co-parents and help because you will remind each other of the goings on in school and also the things that and maybe you can share with each other your struggles as parents in this time of the pandemic. So once again, thank you for joining us in today's orientation, the contextualized blended learning program. And we hope that this will be a fruitful morning for you. And we hope for a fruitful school year for your children and for you. Thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you so much, Father Waynes. Now, since the hit of the COVID-19 pandemic, all schools have shifted into blended learning. To talk to us about our contextualized blended learning or CBL program, I'd like to call Dr. Herman M. Lagon, our school principal. Sir H.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, okay. Sige, let me show my slides first. Okay. Yeah, so mayong aga sa tanan, ciao, Shang, how? Magandang umaga sa lahat. So I'm given about 40 minutes by our guidance and testing office to present to you the CBL. And I am really hoping that I can give justice to the time that we will spend today. Yes po? Hello?
After 8.
Yeah, okay. Sige. So this really happens. Paki-unmute na lang po yung mga microphones natin so that we can discuss our CBL program smoothly. Perhaps many of us are already familiar with our CBL program, and there are just few revisions, no, in our program, and others are more on maybe reminders. Sige. So the CBL program in broad strokes, because if I will discuss the CBL program in details, then maybe one hour of discussion may not be enough. I will be discussing our design process and principles, the CBL in a nutshell, and the vital schedules that you need to know at least for the next year. I hope our tech team can make sure that our sound is muted for our participants for the moment. We will have our Q&A later. So I will also be giving you some school hacks again, and then I will present to you our school personnel, and Q&A will follow. Our Q&A as scheduled will be for 30 minutes. So I'll try to shorten my sharing so that we will have more time for the Q&A. So we know that our contextualized blended learning program is anchored on our vision, no? That is to form leaders who pursue excellence that is ignited by love and service. This year, we wish to educate our students for faith, depth, reconciliation, and engaged citizenship. The CBL program is contextualized as it is named, no? Meaning to say, we designed it based on the reality in Ateneo de Iloilo, in Iloilo City, in Iloilo, in the Philippines. And it's inclusive. I will explain that later why it is inclusive, and it's flexible enough, no? And later on, you will know, you will understand why, no? It's designed to be as flexible. You know, the things are very ambiguous nowadays. We are in a VUCA world, and we need to design our program that it can stand, no, to whatever change that we will face, no, in the school year. It's comprehensive and streamlined. And it's focusing also on the health and safety of our students and our parents and teachers. And it's value focused, more so this school year. We have spent 1 month, no? We spent 1 month just to make sure, or more than a month, just to make sure that our lessons and the curriculum is really value focused and action driven. So the design process went very smoothly after March 2020, the first declaration of the pandemic quarantine. We immediately worked out our CBL program together with our teachers, formators, staff, parents, guardians, and students. Now, we also asked a lot of experts, alumni, government officials, consultants, and lay collaborators just to make sure that our CBL program will really fit into the need of the school. So if you can still remember, a year ago, we presented CBL 1.0. So it's during that time, we never knew what will happen during the quarantine. So we thought 3 days, half day face-to-face, 2 days off-site yung mga students. But eventually, after presenting this one to the parents and to the teachers, then we realized through survey, we realized that it cannot be done, especially that the government declared na hindi pwede yung face-to-face. So after all the anecdotal records and then surveys, we thought of the CBL 2.0. In the CBL 2.0, we thought that we give the students and the parents the option, either they go face-to-face, partly face-to-face and partly off-site, or they can do full off-site learning with all exams happening in the school. But then, the government, after all the flip-flopping, we realized that we need to make a decision, no, before the start of the previous school year. And so we said, sige, full off-site tayo, CBLB, no? Pero parang CBLC na rin siya kasi yung CBLB, the exam should be done in school. But we said that it's not allowed, no? So we will have the exam, and we had the exam last school year, off-site then. So we call that CBL 3.0. And that's what we had last year, and that's what we will have also early this school year. Okay? For this school year, in the first and the second trimester, that's up to January, for January 2022, we will have our full off-site classes, no? Just like what we had last year. We're not yet sure in the third trimester what will happen. Well, we don't know, no, what if we can reach full herd immunity, and if the government will allow us to do face-to-face. But suffice it to say that the school is really banking on face-to-face because there's no substitute for that. So maybe if not face-to-face, hybrid kind of modality after the pandemic or after the quarantine.
Sir
But
H,
for our yes, sir.
Sir H,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. Wala naka-slideshow imo nga presentation, sir.
Oh, okay. That's strange again. I'll share it again. Can you see that? Okay. Yeah, can you see that now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. Sige. So this happens, no? So what I've showed you were this ones. So sorry, So yeah, this is what CBL is. And then ito yung CBL 1.0. And then we had our surveys. And then we had our CBL 2.0. We offered this one summer of last school year. And then after all the information from the government, we responded with full off-site classes. That is CBL 3.0. That's what I will be discussing in detail today. So forgive me of that one. Okay, so diretso tayo sa grade school and junior high school. In the first and second trimester, for this school year, we will have CBLB or full off-site classes. We don't know what will happen the third trimester, but if the government will say no, there's no face-to-face, then that means we will continue to have our full off-site classes for grade school and junior high school in the third trimester. In senior high school, the first semester will be CBLB full off-site. And again, if the government will not allow us to do face-to-face, we will continue to have our full off-site classes, okay, in the second semester. Now, before I proceed, let us try to define some terms. Okay? For example, teacher-facilitated classes or TF classes. The TF classes are classes that are synchronous and expected to be interactive and teacher-supervised. At least the supervision is within that time that they are there facing the screen or on screen. All sessions are recorded and shall be embedded in the learning management system for 1 week so students can review or watch it if their connectivity failed during class. Okay? Or they are on leave or they are excused. So IL, so that's the F. Let's go to IL or independent learning sessions. IL sessions are asynchronous sessions, okay, student initiated and parent supervised. So that's a technical error. So asynchronous, meaning to say they're not on screen in real time, face-to-face in virtually, but they are doing it maybe online asynchronously or at the specific time, no, given to them. So that what happens during IL session, they have one-on-one consultations, formative summative assessment, they do worksheets, assignments, exercises, research work, full pre-recorded videos, so the teacher can give a link or maybe can make his or her own video and embed it in the LMS so the student at a particular time will be watching it or reviewing it. Maybe during the IL session, the student will do his or her modules, finish his or her modules, podcast, listen to podcasts, Then thought or actual home experimentations, read ebooks or books, then attend webinars or maybe manipulate app activities or do advanced learning. Okay. Then special information activities or SF. So this can happen anytime in the week. These are synchronous or asynchronous classes, either student or teacher initiated and parent supervised. Okay. Now, some of you will ask, anong mangyayari during the week? No? So we can imagine this, no? Perhaps you can take a picture of this, or maybe many of you are already familiar with this. For prep or kinder, that's kinder to grade 6, we have our Monday to Friday classes. Okay? During Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays for grade school, there will be TF classes. And Tuesday and Thursday, IL class. For junior high school and senior high, so they share the same schedule. TF classes on Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. And then Mondays and Wednesdays will be for IL classes. Okay? How does this look like in terms of time schedule? So it looks like this. For TF classes, in the morning, we will have mindfulness sessions, and then subject 1, 2, 3, with a 20-minute difference in between the subjects, and then afternoon session, subjects 4, 5, 6. So during TF classes, there will be 3 subjects in the morning and 3 subjects at most in the afternoon. Independent learning classes, 30 minutes per session. So the schedule is also given here. Take note that the rest time in between subjects, except for the lunchtime, is 20 minutes. The final class schedules, don't worry, will be released via email or through website and the FB page before July 21. It will be released to us by our associate principals for curriculum instruction for grade school and junior high, and by the associate principal for senior high school. The dismissal varies per grade level, and kinder to grade 1 schedules are done half days, and mindfulness sessions are done 5 minutes before the actual session. 5 minutes before the actual class, and then there's silencing during before the start of the session. Now, how are we graded? How do we grade, or how do we measure or evaluate the students' performance? So we follow this one, just like last year, test 45%, performance task or PT, 30%, exam is 25%. The K-pop is embedded in the assessment. The K-pop is the one that we can, if we read the student manual, it's there. So this is still K-pop based, no? K is knowledge, P is process, use, understanding, P is performance task. Okay, and the grades, if you get your cards, so the grades is in letter form with the level of proficiency and underscoring it. If you haven't received our memorandum last year, memorandum number 10, it discusses the award system in the new normal. So for the school year also, we will be releasing Achiever Award, no, in digital form. Certificate to our students with 90% up, and then with no lower than C+ grades in any subject, including conduct and effort grade. Okay? And then we will be giving awards in medals for grades 6, 10, and 12 graduating and completing students only. Okay? So now let's proceed to the things that are dear to you, especially to our new parents and guardians and students. What are the required, or maybe the required and the specified hardware, and then also what are the learning management systems that we are using, or the VCAs, video conferencing apps? So for kinder to grade 3, we will be using Seesaw as our learning management system and Zoom as our video conferencing app. For grades 4 to 10, Google Classroom is our LMS and our VCA is Zoom. and grades 11 to 12 or N12 senior high school, we will continue to use Microsoft Teams, where the VCA is built in. No? But Zooms can also be used if necessary. But most of the time, we use our MS Teams platform. The specs, no, for the gadgets are here. Maybe you can take a picture of the specs. So these specs are the most average version. You can buy or purchase or use higher specs, no, gadgets with higher specs. So as far as I understand, there were some students last year who even used their cell phones, no, for their classes, and it's still in their generation they're more comfy, no, with a cell phone and still work. Okay, so you can grab a picture of this so that you will not be so that at least you can refer to it if you want to buy one. Having a study table or study area at home with decent background is also highly advisable. So we know that in psychology, the the way people think is sometimes affected by how neat, no, how neat or how organized is the environment. So the more organized, neat, and well placed and decent the study area, the better. It invites students to study more and to take things seriously. Okay. Also, let me stress this, although I discussed this already a few slides ago. We released this one in a form of memo as part of our agreement that when you are enrolled in Ateneo, you're also conscious that the students and our classes are being recorded, and the recorded version are being embedded in the LMS for a week, so that our students who may fail to attend in classes, they can check it out, so they will not be shortchanged. At the same time, for students having problems in terms of connectivity or power interruption, they can still review or go back to the class, no, through the recorded video. There are some students who might need to review again and again the lessons if they wish to, and that really, for at least in our experience last year, it really helped the student a lot. So please take note of this policy of the school where we record the videos, but we embed it only in the LMS and we take it away after the days necessary. So take note of this. Also, maybe a reminder for others who will continue to ask. A letter was sent to you through email, at least based on our email system. No? So make sure the email that you have given us are really the correct ones. If you think that they are not the correct ones, please email to us your actual email. Send us your name, the name of your student and grade level, so that we can embed it in our email system. So you can receive all our emails. For example, this one. No? By the way, please email it to info@adi.edu.ph. I will also show that in the screen later. So the letter was sent weeks ago informing everyone about the book distribution, and we scheduled it just to make sure that there will be not much people in school at the same time. This week we will have our grades 7 and 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12. No, basically our high school students. So you can visit the school to get this one or call the accounting office if you have concerns over book distribution. Today is our parents orientation. We'll continue to have different sets of parents orientation this week, for different groups. We also would like to remind everyone to visit our Google Calendar. There's an organic Google Calendar that can be accessed in Google Calendar, but at the same time in our website. If you cannot or you have not linked yourself in our Google Calendar, or maybe there's a difficulty for you to get a link of our Google Calendar, please contact info@adi.edu.ph. Ma'am Kay, our officer, admin officer there, we can help us, no, link into our Google Calendar. Ang maganda dito sa Google Calendar kasi the specific schedules and the details of the activities for the whole school year are embedded there. So you don't even need to ask, no? You just click in the Google Calendar, and every day you would know what are the activities. So please make sure to join in the Google Calendar link. Also, for updated versions of our activities, you may also visit our Facebook page. I will elaborate on that later soon. Now let's proceed to student orientation. Again, if your students are not yet informed about their orientation set for this week, we are talking about our transferees and also our grades 11, grade 7 students. So these are their schedules. And you may contact the guidance office during work hours if you need details of these orientations. By the way, on Monday, July 19, we will have our homeroom meeting. We will send to you the details of this, but what will happen is that it will just be a quick 1 hour or maybe 1.5 hours meeting with our students and their homeroom advisors, so that before July 21, they at least they'll get used to the platform and they know already their homeroom advisors. Okay. For this July 19 also, in the morning of July 19, we will have a talk on wellness with students. No, this is it will be facilitated by psychologist Dr. Lisa Ann Gayoles. The same facilitator, the same facilitator will discuss this one to us, no, sa parents on, I think if I'm not mistaken, August 13. So students muna tayo on Monday, and August 13 will be parents on wellness, talk on wellness. 21 July is our opening of classes. Strangely, even if we announced this 1 month ago, some of our parents and students are still trying to confirm this. Perhaps the reason for that is that the DepEd has not released yet their own opening of classes. That's understandable because they just finished their school year last July 10. But in the case of Ateneo de Iloilo, we are already set on July 21 to start our school year. Okay, we have sent already our letter of intent and all our CBL documents to DepEd. And so, kinakasa na natin yung July 21 as the start of the school year, formal start of the school year. By the latter part of July, we will be having our St. Ignatius of Loyola novena, and then the Eucharistic celebration and other celebrations for the Feast of St. Ignatius will be on July 30. This is what I have said no, kanina. No? So Dr. Gayoles will also be facilitating a talk, not necessarily a parenting talk, but will focus this more on wellness. No? On August 31, this is for parents. And this is in coordination, in tandem with our Parent-Teacher Association, with Ma'am Shirley, no, as our Ma'am Shirley Chavez as the outgoing president of the PTA. So they are working with our guidance office on this. This one, I would like to invite everyone, our dear parents and guardians, to please take a picture of this. Now, this is our school calendar, the major academic school schedules, no, for our school calendar. Our exams, our sem breaks. No? So please try to take a picture of this. This is not written on stone. Of course, we know that this school year is a little bit very ambiguous and sometimes things happen along the way. But if everything will go smoothly, this will be our schedules. So please take a look at this. Others will have their vacations anchored on the school calendar of the school. So maybe you can check this one out so that you can already fit in your vacation or other planned activities with your family. So this is for grade school and junior high school. where we have 3 trimesters for our CBL program still. Yeah. Trimester 1 will be July 21 up to October 15 with the exam week on October 11 to 15. And so on and so forth. Now, this is for senior high school. Please take a picture of our senior high school schedule. Our senior high school is divided to 2 semesters. So the first semester is July 21 to December 10, and exam week will be November 22 to 26, and so on. The question is, when will be our sem break? When will be our sem break? So let's see. November 29 to December 3. Let me proceed to the next slide. Yan. So in the next slide, you have there our Holy Week, April 14 to 16, and the virtual graduation or completion rites. So we place here virtual because we're not so sure yet if face-to-face will be allowed. No? So of course, this will change if everything will go well. No? Fingers crossed. And by May. Take note that on this is something new for this school year. Every after exam, in response to the requests of parents and students and teachers also, after the exam, there will be the Monday and Tuesday after the exam week will be for breather. No? So a full breather on Monday, and then on Tuesday there will be non-formal academic activities for students and formators. Okay? When we say full breather, this is the time where the students can rest, but they may also use the time to work on their performance tasks. Because most of the time, after the exam, there are still performance tasks to pass and work on. And we realized and learned that last year, it was one of the causes of students' stress and even teachers' stress and parents' stress. So we gave Monday for them to either rest or just focus the time for their PT, including Tuesday. And Tuesday is also dedicated for other non-academic activities that we can offer and we will offer to our students, care of the different programs of the school. We would like to invite our dear parents and guardians to also join us in our celebration. This is the Ignatian Month. July is Ignatian Month, but the whole school year, or probably at least this year, is our Ignatian year. So we celebrate the 500th year of the conversion of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, our patron saint. And so what we would like to invite our students and our parents and guardians to, if possible, in support for in the celebration of our Ignatian year. You can also join us by maybe wearing the Ignatian year FB frame. So also, let's go to our life hacks, CBL hacks, no, and facts. So as what I've said, please join us in our and follow and like our FB page. The official FB page of the school provides us with organic and on task, no, on time news and updates, announcements. You know, this school year and even last school year, information and updating, being informed is very important. No? It can cause a lot of stress if people are not that informed. And sometimes because there's no information being given to us, it seems that we get lost, and sometimes we get irritated, no, because of the misinformation, of no information at all. And every page, if we keep on reviewing this on a daily basis, we update this with with different activities in school. So please try to get into. Many of us are already in the FB page. We invite others who are not yet in the FB page to join us. The same thing with our YouTube channel. You can go there and check the different videos that we have. We have the CBL explanation of the CBL there in length. We also have the explanation, even the guide, how to use our LMS. No? For others who are not yet into the use of our LMS, they're not yet used to that, There are guides there, no? There are guides how to get used to Zoom, how to get used to our CISO, Google Classroom, and our MS Teams. Now, also our info at adi.edu.ph for even personal and institutional inquiries. No? Please log into our info at adi.edu.ph email. But what we suggest is, if you have concern along the way, the next school year, no, if you have concerns regarding your students' academic or formation disposition, you can always contact directly our advisors, teachers, and formators. They are allowed and allowed only to share their email addresses, and it's all up to them, no, if they will also share their cell phones with you. Nonetheless, there's a way to communicate directly. So that's the email. And if no, that's the best way to solve no problems or concerns regarding your wards. So directly contact them. Hindi naman kailangan sa info pa. Pero kung may mga generic at saka personal concerns, you can directly go to info@abi.edu.ph. Now we have a person who will really, Ma'am Kay, who will respond to your inquiries there. Also, the official calendar, discussed this already. In addition, to some of you who really cannot get into the Google Calendar, all you need to do is to go to our school's website. No? So again, that's just like our Facebook page. It's updated there. The FB is easy to open. No? We need less bandwidth for that. The website needs more bandwidth, but everything is there. The schedule of the students, the schedule of the school, updates, and also here at the lower right, our calendar on a daily basis. Okay. Now, this one, you can take a picture of this. Oh, no? If you have questions regarding video conferencing applications, learning support concerns like labs or library, or the apps that you use, or even if you have problems no, in accessing your AIS, no, your Ateneo Information Management System. So you can ask the LS, the Learning Support Team, through ls@adi.edu.ph and ITS for inquiries and assistance. The same with guidance@adi.edu.ph, and for principal, for concerns regarding CBL, official updates, and the calendar, we can help you through info@adi.edu.ph. For the registrar on enrollment, diplomas, vouchers, etc. So the registrar's office. For accounting concern, so finance naman at adi.edu.ph. And then please get, no? So one very important life hack talaga is get the emails of your advisors and teachers. They will be sharing this one to you, to your students. So if you get them, then you can easily contact them, and they will be more than happy to communicate with you. During work hours, you can also contact us through these phone numbers. I am really giving this to you and taking time on this because if the communication is direct and smooth, then everything will just follow. It solves a lot of concerns and problems. So please take note of these links, these emails, and phone numbers. Okay. Also, another life hack, another Ateneo hack, is your access to the student handbook. Our student handbook is accessible through our website and even through this link. Now you can also get or scan this QR code, and the password is at Ateneo HB 2021 sharp, no? Or hashtag if they call it. And there you will get a soft copy of our student handbook. No? Although the student handbook was made pre-pandemic, but many of the things there are still very relevant, no? Even in the pandemic time. So the rest may not be may not be new, but we can already what's this? We can already read this one so that we would know what Atesla is all about. In fact, during your enrollment, it's a requirement, no, for you to get a copy of the school calendar the student handbook, so that you will know what the school is all about and what are the rules and regulations of the school. Okay. Take note that the Ateneo is not just academics. No? I hope that's clear to everyone. For us, our flagship thrust is really formation. And that's why you have here a framework that says Atenean formation is done through academic formation, social, spiritual, and psycho-emotional formation. That explains why we have lots of offices that are non-academic in nature, programs. And so even in our structure, you would see how we are organized and how many people are into these formation programs. So for example, would like to present to you our top level administrators. You have met virtually Father Wames, the boss of Ateneo de Iloilo. We also have, of course, myself. But then you have our AP, our Associate Principal for Curriculum Instruction for grade school and junior high, Sir Dr. Mike Guevara. We also have Dr. Matthew Lasap, our Associate Principal for senior high school. We have Ma'am Liani Cordero, our Associate Principal for Learning Support. Sir Primos Cabañas, our Associate Principal for Formation. We have a new, oh, we have a new Associate Assistant Registrar. I'll present her later. But this is Attorney Bulio, our Registrar last school year. We have Mr. Mark Yap, our Treasurer. Ma'am Agnes Gatpatan, our HR officer, and Father Neo, a Saicon, no? Our school chaplain, but at the same time, the director of services. Then here are our mid-level administrators. So we have our academic formation, mid-level administrators, but we also have our values formation or non-academic formation mid-level administrators. We have here our newest our newest the one in charge in the register, so Ma'am Nika, and then we also have here Sir John for our PTF. Okay, so my time is, I think that's enough. No? What is important is the Q&A. So my final message to you, dearest parents and guardians of ours, is amid the COVID-19 pandemic, let's be comfortable with the ambiguity of things. So it was Father Wames who informed, who shared to us this one. And this is really full of wisdom. No? Everything we are in a VUCA world and we really cannot anticipate things. No? What will happen even in the next week. Even today, no, we have scheduled power interruption in the weeks to come because of the problem in the NGCP. So we cannot really control a lot of things, and so let's be comfortable with the ambiguity of things and the complexity of things. Let us closely collaborate in educating our students for faith, depth, reconciliation, and engaged. That's with D, citizenship. And as one big Ateneo family, let's continue to animate the Ignatian tradition of love, service, and excellence. Mayong aga sa tanan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sir H, for a very informative talk. Before we proceed with our question and answer, allow us to show you or introduce to you the different members of our school. All right. Before we proceed with our question and answer, allow me first to apologize for everyone for not being able to admit everyone in the Zoom. Um, we are now having our live stream in Facebook, and we will be having also our different orientation programs for different grade levels. At this point, we will now proceed with our question and answer. We have one question here. When will be the release of the sectioning? So allow me to answer that. The sectioning will be announced for this week. For grades 7 and 11, this will be announced during their orientation activities. Also, another question here, are the students going to receive their ID cards? I'd like to direct the question to Sir H.
Yeah, that is, we still have to ask our registrar's office when will the registrar's office process it. But definitely, the new students will be given their own IDs. No, just be patient. No, that's not yet our priority this day or this week, but we will be giving the IDs early this school year for sure. Just like what we did last school. Thank you. So that's to the registrar's officer, Joseph.
Okay, thank you, Sir H. We have a request here. If we can show again the slide for the class schedule.
The slide. The one I presented is not does not include the actual time frame. But if they are asking for the time frame, that will be the time frame in that specific schedule that will be released to them before the start of the class. No, so that will be emailed. So that's why it's very important for our students and parents to send us their correct email. So if you think that the email that you have included in the registrar or in the guidance office is not so correct or is not so accurate or is not updated, please email us your name, your the grade level of your student, the name of your student through info@abi.edu.ph so that the person in charge can place it in the group email that we have and we use in releasing the grades, releasing the updates, and releasing also, in this case, the schedules of the students. So it's now, the schedules are now being finalized for our associate principals, and it will be released to us very soon. Don't worry, it will be released for sure before the 21st.
Thank you, Sir H. You may type your questions here in the chat box.
By the way, Sir Joseph, no, for others who might have failed to get in because of technical reason, get into Zoom or in YouTube or in Facebook or Facebook Live, this one will still be available. The video is recorded now and will still be available in the Facebook, in our Facebook page, no, so that they can review the slides also. Am I correct, Sir Joseph?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So don't feel bad, no, if you did not make it in the first minutes.
We also have one concern here. Good morning. We have not received an email yet confirming my daughter's student number. We have forwarded the proof of payment of our registration last month to the finance department, and they have confirmed receipt. My daughter is an incoming grade 11 and a new student. Who should we contact about this?
Thank
She
you.
can enter the student's portal without her student number. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for that. So again, no, if you can go directly to the registrar. I have shown to you the email ad and also the phone numbers. Siguro I'll show it to you again, no? Kung okay lang sa'yo, Sir Joseph. I'll show the numbers again. I don't know if it's possible. Let's see. Can you see it now, Sir Joseph? Oh no, that is one.
Yes, sir.
Yan. Sorry. Please try to get take a picture of this slide. Everything is here. Now, if the concern is confirmation for your enrollment, please contact the registrar. If it's about payment, contact the accounting office. Okay? If it's about the schedule and the updates, so you can go to the Facebook site, the website, but you can also ask info@adi.edu.ph for concerns regarding schedules. But please be patient. No? It will be sent to you before July 21. Thank you. I'll stop share.
Thank you, Sir H. We have another question here. Is CISO applicable to laptops and desktops?
Maybe our APs can respond to that, or if you have teachers here from preschool up to grade 3, maybe they can respond to that. Again, the question, Sir Joseph, is CISO
Is CISO applicable to desktop and laptop?
Yeah. Anyone who would like to, or ako na lang? Sige, siguro that's an easy question. Difficult questions na lang bigay natin sa sa mga APs natin. Yes, of course, no? CISO, they can use iPad, desktop, laptop, and I think I saw also some using cell phones. But really, it's easier and more handy if you use laptop. But desktop, you can still use desktop for your CISO. And CISO, by the way, is for kinder up to grade 3. Okay? Did I answer the questions, Sir Joseph? I hope.
Yes, sir. Thank
Okay.
you, sir. We have questions related to our identification cards. I think you can direct the question to the registrar's office.
Registrar,
Sir
correct.
H posted a while ago the email address of our registrar's office. Thank you.
So simple lang, no, Sir Joseph, kung nakalimutan
Yes.
nila. If register concern, register@adi.edu.ph. If it's accounting, finance@adi.edu.ph. If it's something that cannot be determined, hindi pwede register, pero something personal, institutional, info@adi.edu.ph. We will be responding to you as fast as possible. Give us 1 to 2 days to respond to you. One for info, so merong tao talaga who is responding in that email. Pero please be patient. No, if it's weekend, we cannot respond to you. We will respond to you during work hours. Thank you.
We have another question here. Shall grade 11 students need to have senior high school uniform? Also, I would like to ask for the dress code po for the grade 11.
Sir, siguro Dr. Lasap, if Dr. Lasap is here, the Associate Principal for Senior High School, it will be more ideal if Dr. Lasap will answer that. Sir Matt? Nasa Zoom ba si Sir Matt?
I don't think he's in the
Ay, wala,
with
okay.
us, Sir H.
Sige, baka sa ano siya. Sige, we don't have any uniform required for the school year. Okay, we don't have any uniform required for the school year, but it is really a rule of thumb that if you attend classes, you should wear the necessary decent clothes. So hindi naman pwede nakaluab or even ng buhok, no? So it should be decent, and that's we're also thinking of providing students a background, no, a virtual background, so that they will not at least know they will not be concerned so much, no, with the background that they have, no, at home. So decent shirt, no, so polo shirt if possible, at saka syempre decent hygiene and grooming. So that's the only thing for now. No, we will not give you too much stress, no, regarding uniform. What is more essential and most essential now is the engagement that they have during their
May
PSP.
question sa chat box.
I hope I answered already the question.
Okay. I'll be entertaining the question in our FB page. Good morning, sir. Can I ask what would be the best gadget specs could a grade 7 could use?
Siguro I will show again
May
our
I answer
slide.
that, Sir H?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, sir.
Ay, Ma'am Liani, sir.
Yeah, Ma'am Yan, nandiyan ka pala. Sige. Ma'am Yan, please help us respond to that question.
So good morning, dear parents. Good morning, administrators. For grade 7, we recommend that you will be using, that the students will be using a laptop or a desktop with probably an i3, above i3 specs.
Yeah, here it is, ma'am. So we have
Yes.
i3 core, core i3,
Core i3 or higher.
or higher, So we know naman, it's an open secret that the higher the model, the better. So we also realize na if it's Apple, it can easily get more bandwidth easily, if you put it side by side with another gadget. Pero so far, kahit hindi ganun, basta i3 pwede na, ma'am Yan, correct? Okay, sige.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so another question here. Good morning sa tanan. I have not met Father Wayne since orientation 2 years ago and have never met Sir H. In the interest of fostering a strong school community, I would suggest that the top school management have periodic dialogues with the parents and students, perhaps once every 6 months, dividing the community by preschool grades 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 8, and so on. This will bridge gaps in community from top to bottom in school community and create a bond as well as empathy rather in these difficult times. Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's a brilliant suggestion. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we really wish, how we wish to meet you face to face or to meet you virtually. And we do meet our PTA officers very often, so often. And then we also meet, quote unquote, you virtually in our different institutional activities. But I think the suggestion is more on meeting na kumustahan, drop everything and just say hi, hello talaga sa community, and we will really take note of that. Maraming salamat po. You can directly contact
Sir
us.
H, I would like to respond to that as well.
Yes, Father. Sige po.
Yes, we wish to meet every member of the school community. Although in this pandemic we know that this is impossible, but if we are not able to meet you, I would like to ask you to please initiate also the meeting. No, I mean, even if it's just to say hi, no problem. You are welcome to drop into my office, or you can even just drop an email and we can just meet even for a short time over Zoom, or we can group together parents who we have not met, no, because it is really very difficult, no, and I am a face-to-face person rather than a virtual person, no, and I would appreciate people dropping into my office, but if it's impossible, please do send us an email and we will try to arrange something, no? Because sometimes it's really very difficult with thousands, or having to deal with thousands of people. Thank you.
Father, thank you, Father. The new normal really led me, at least in my experience, to the 1980s experience, no? Di ba nagpe-pental tayo 1980s. Ngayon, through email, I have many email pals, no? Last school year. So many parents are contacting us directly, and that's our alternative to face-to-face. So true enough, no? It should be decided then. No? So if you want to meet us, we are very open for that. Just set a schedule, no, with our secretaries. Sige. So we'll take note of that. Thank you so much.
And there is a comment that it was about virtual dialogue. Yes, we do have virtual dialogues, but with the parent officers, and we hope that the parent officers are in constant touch with the parents in his or her class, so that the concerns may be brought to us, because I try to meet the parents regularly. Now I
Yes.
think maybe to meet more parents, maybe we can organize per section, but I'm not so, I cannot promise that, but that is something that we will explore. Thank you.
Very soon we will meet with the PTA officer, especially Ma'am Shirley. Maybe that can be included in their plans. PTA initiatives. So we are ready for that. Sige po, Sir Joseph, thank you.
We have a question here regarding the distribution of books. Sir, according to the info slides, distribution of books for kinder level is July 5 to 6, but I haven't received any email for the distribution. How to get the books for my daughter? Thank you.
Okay, so the same thing, no? You can communicate with finance@adi.edu.ph on that. Also, please email info@adi.edu.ph for your email. Give us your email so that we can include your email in the group email. So for announcements like this, we hope that you will receive in the next announcement. Anyone can go to, as what I've said in our presentation kanina. Now, if you wish to visit the school and get the books, even if you're unscheduled, so you may, if you want to, especially kung grade school, and then, but just make sure to follow the school protocol, no health and safety protocol. Okay, thank you.
We have two questions here. I think for the first question, I'll direct this to Ma'am Sari. Sir, may I ask how the class sections of the student are carried about? Is it reshuffling or just the same of the previous year? My child is in grade 6 this year. Many thanks.
Thank you
This is
very
regarding
much.
sectioning.
Yeah. Each time you are about to start the school year, this is one of the most asked questions, no? If it's any assurance, dear parents, for this school year, I'm talking only about the non-grade 7, grade 1, and grade 11 students, no? Because we are in a very extraordinary circumstance, and upon consultation with the advisors, administrators, and formators, for this school year, no reshuffling will be done. So, mean to say, your children will be with their former classmates in the previous school year. However, it's a different story for those entering grade 1, grade 7, and grade 11, where sectioning are being done upon the conversations of the former advisors and formators. So we consider a lot academic standing, behavior, strands for grade 11. So rest assured that we're doing everything to help your students adjust, with regard to sectioning. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Sari. Another question regarding the students and parents portal. I have a hard time logging in. Maybe we can ask Sir H.
Again, Sir Joseph, for portal, so I have showed to you. I have shown to you the emails of the ITS, LS, and info. So LS Learning Support, ls@adi.edu.ph, ITS, no IT support at adi.edu.ph, and also the info@adi.edu.ph. So they can really help you regarding your portal concerns. Thank you.
Okay, I think we can entertain 3 more questions. Okay, we have a question here. As a parent representative, it is also a struggle for us to get in touch with the parents in the class. How can we be helped to get the parents' info? Thank you.
Yes, that has already been brought to our attention. I hope it maybe I hope it is okay with the parents to share your information, at least your email address, with the parent representative so that they can send you an email, no? Because that is always what we discuss with the parent representatives, that parents are very difficult to get in touch with. But there are some classes, they have their own group chats. That's also a good way to make the flow of information work for parents. No? So I suggest that at the very first day of our the parents meeting, parents gathering, if each parent representative can already get the names and the contact of the persons concerned. No, we shall coordinate with our registrar because we have our information also, and we just have to get the consent of the parents. No, so but it is better that during the very first day of the parents gathering, if we could already get the information straight from the parents themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Wames. Another question here. I have noticed that grade 11 has only one book, and that would be for the second semester. With this, may I ask when and how can we get the modules for first semester and second semester as well? Thank you.
Can we address this
Good.
concern to Sir Matt?
Good.
Sir Matt.
Good morning po. Sir Matthew here, the Associate Principal for the Senior High School. With regards to the modules, all those will be posted during IL sessions or IL days in the MS Teams accounts of the students. Now, we have virtual classrooms ready, and we are posting there all the activities and all the materials that the students will need. Also, recordings and slides are also posted on the same channels and teams of the students. So they will be all available on the teams of the students. Thank you po.
Thank you, Sir Matt. Okay, I think we can entertain two more questions. Okay, we have a question
Sir
here.
Joseph, Sir
Yes,
Joseph,
sorry.
siguro, half lang siguro. For parents who would like to know what's really happening in the class, you can also access the LMS of your students. So everything is there. Sabi nga ni Doc Lasap, the modules, the requirements, the reminders for the performance tasks, the deadlines. So they're all there. You please also make sure to access their LMS. Thank you. Yes, Sir
Thank
Joseph.
you. Thank you, Sir H. Another question here. Can I know if we can have GC for advisor and student?
Again, Sir Joseph.
Can I know if we have GC for advisor and student? Are you referring to GC for Google Classroom or
Oh my God.
group chat?
Regarding the group chat, I think it is a concern of every, I mean, that is an issue to be settled by every class, how they want to be in touch with each other. We do not have a standard way of organizing communication per class. No, I think the question earlier about the parent representative asking for contact information, I think that is the very beginning. We establish contact. Now, how are we to remain in contact and communicate with each other is a group decision of the parent of the class. We cannot dictate that. No? So there is no standard. Please just wait for your class officers to get in touch with you. But we are very happy that you are excited to get in touch with your fellow parents, because that's very important, as I've said earlier in my welcome message.
Father, if I may add, we discourage our teachers to communicate through GC. No, because we already have our LMS where students can communicate, and they will also give their emails to you if you wish to communicate with them directly. But for the GC of parents, the teacher can communicate or does communicate with the president of the parent president of the class, and the president of the class, the parent president, is the one informing the parents about it. But as to informing the parents, the teachers and advisors also inform the parents through email. So that's why it's really important for us to have an active email account. Okay, and sometimes problems start there because the presumption is that's your official email and we have emailed the information to you already, but maybe you have forgotten the email or the email given is not the right one. It's not updated. So we get to misinform or uninform others. So importante yung email that you will give to us because that's also a good line for us to directly talk to and communicate with you. Thank you.
And
Okay.
then it's important to note, Sir H, that
Sir,
the
Father.
teachers will communicate to the student through the LMS, and
Yes.
that will be included in the orientation on the LMS. No,
That's true,
parents
Father.
will be informed about that. No, because that's
Kasi,
very important.
kasi mahirap kung maraming mga ano conduit of information. So isa lang,
Just have an
LMS,
official conduit, which is the LMS.
LMS
That's,
lang.
yeah.
Okay. Sir H, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll be entertaining two questions
Sure,
here
sure.
in our FB Live. Good day. I would like to inquire if there is science subject for kinder.
Si Sir Mike ba nandito?
None, sir.
I know Sir Mike. Hi, Sir Mike.
Our science subjects will only start from grade 2 up. For our kinder and grade 1, these are the basic 3 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc Guevara. But even if it's not on paper, being taught, but the science process skills are also already embedded. No? Take note that DepEd requires science subject only from grade 3 up. But we start our science in grade 2 as a subject. And we embed science process skills even at the lower grade. Thank you.
Another question, Sir H. It would be nice to have an automated mechanism wherein parents receive emails informing them of pending or God forbid late submissions of their kids. Can this be developed in CISO?
Ma'am Yani, would you like to answer that?
Yes, Sir H. We have that facility in all our LMS. So in CISO, we have invited parents to join us in the CISO class of your children. In the Google Classroom, we have also invited parents, or your advisor will be sending you an invitation to join in the classroom so that you will be updated of the performance of your children. So it includes pending activities, submitted activities, and then the scores of your children. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Yani.
The parents are informed about this. So all they need to do is coordinate with their subject teachers talaga and homeroom teachers.
Okay. So, Sir H, I think I'll be entertaining 3 more questions.
Sure,
And
Joseph.
the rest of the questions, our parents and guardians can ask in the next or incoming orientations for the different grade levels. Okay. For the next question, we have a concern here. I was not able to copy and take a picture of the CBL's meaning. I am not familiar with these terminologies, and if it is not too much, may I ask if you could post it again or perhaps inform me where I can get complete details of these CBLs and other terms for classroom setup and schedule.
Okay. In the website of the school and also in YouTube, we have there the recorded CBL discussion of CBL. Okay, and also this one will still be available. Yan, I think this is the one that you're asking. This one will still be available in our Facebook. Am I right, Sir Joseph?
Yes, sir.
This one will still be available in our Facebook page, so you can review it. And then the detailed version of our CBL program can also be accessed through our website. No, and then we also our YouTube account talking about the CBL. And there will also be a discussion on CBL specific to grade level for grade 7, grade 7, grade 11, and also for kinder and grade 1 for parents, and for students also in grade 7 and grade 11. So there will be series of orientations on this. If you have concern regarding the LMS, the use of LMS, we can also send you the link of our videos, no, regarding how to use our learning management systems. Now, our teachers had recorded videos on this. So all you need to do is to contact info@abi.edu.ph, and we will send you the links. Or visit the website. Visit the school's website and everything is there. Thank you.
We have another question here for books. Okay, so regarding the books, is it compulsory? Since based on the previous school years, the books are not used often and only few topics found in the books are being discussed throughout the school year. Also, textbooks were barely used. What new measures can we expect the school year to improve the utilization this time?
May I ask our Associate Principal for Senior High School and Curriculum Instruction to respond to that?
May I start? May I start siguro po? In terms of the usage of the book, we have mandates on teachers to use the book for at least 70% of it. So the teacher should be able to make good use of the book for the last school year. If you notice some teachers who will not be using, please inform us using communication so that we can remind them. But we guarantee po that we have required our teachers with a mandate from the top level administration to ensure that the books are being used 70% of it. We understand that in the last school year, including this school year, is difficult years for us, especially in the financial side. No? So that's why there are efforts in some of our levels, especially in the senior high, because our students are understandably more independent than others in the lower units, to move from textbook into module type or a loose type of handouts. So we understand we are doing this so that we can also of help with you financially, but in some grade levels and some subjects we really need to have a book, because the book is the main source of topics for discussion of the students, so that also we can be able to teach your students how to use books po, no? That's also part of our formation program in school. So let us help each other lang hand in hand so that we can help our students use the books and help our teachers really make use of the books, no? So we can just contact us if you have concerns with it po. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Matt. Maybe Sir Mike?
I'm fine with the answer of Sir Matt, sir.
Thank you. Maybe ano lang, I would like to stress that part, no, Sir Matt, na sinabi ni Sir Matt. If there are subjects that you feel that the books are not really used, no, please tell us, no, directly, so that we would know how to respond to it and how to work it out. No? And there was a mandate from Father Waynes to us that we have to make sure that 60% at least of the book will be used for the school year. If not, then we have to resort to other ways of learning. And yun. And for now, I think almost more than half or almost half or more than half, no, or half lang ang mga mayroong libro sa mga subjects. Now others we resort already to modules and others non-modules. So yan, thank you.
Thank you, Sir H. Last two questions. Is there a privacy policy for email sent between teacher and student? Will the parents be CC'd? Thank you.
Would like to answer that. Would like to Father Waynes?
Okay, I will answer that. Regarding conversations between teachers and students, first we want to make sure of course that the conversations are professional or related to academics or to the performance of the student. There are some conversations that the parents need not know at the moment. But rest assured that whatever information about your children that is relevant and that will need your cooperation and also your action, we shall let you know. And then maybe also Ma'am Sari would like to add to that, no? Sige, Ma'am Sari.
Yes, I'd like to affirm and second the answer of Father, no, that if you're talking about conversations, meaning personal conversations between teachers and students, then there's always that assurance to the students that personal concerns that they raise to our teachers, in particular, our guidance personnel, are being treated with all confidentiality. But there's a waiver or there's a form that we will be sending the parents and students about this at the start of the school year before we formally start with all the interviews, consultations, and follow-up conversations. But as Father Wayne said, rest assured that if there's a need for us to inform you about certain concerns regarding your children, we will do so immediately. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Sari and Father Waynes. Okay.
Sir
Yes,
Joseph,
sir.
Yanni would like to say something.
Sir Joseph.
Yes, Ma'am Liani.
Yeah, may I add to that? In school, we also have policy statements in the use of email. So all teachers and staff have been informed this that they will only use the official school emails for school purposes. So that is clear to all the employees of ADI. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Liani. I think this will be the last question. We have a question here. For the STEM students, will there be laboratory activities?
Sir Matt?
Yes po. Sir Matthew po, Associate Principal for Senior High School. Yes, for this school year, we are studying still how to conduct the laboratory for our STEM, for our students, for our science classes. That's not only true for the senior high but also for the junior high. We really wish that our students will have the skills of doing laboratory experiments and handling the necessary tools in the experiments, but we have some limitations in terms of in terms of the physical presence here in school or possibly at home. What we're considering right now is to of course ask the students to do the experiments at home with the use of materials that is found in their in your home that can possibly substitute or that can be used in the same way as as a laboratory tool. We are also thinking of the possibility of lending some of our lab tools here. However, we are still thinking about that. That's only a possibility as of now. And then we are also thinking of having recorded demos of laboratory experiments. No, but we are hoping that in the latter part of the school year, we may have the possibility of welcoming some students to come here in small groups to do actual laboratory experiments. No, having hands-on skills, having the skills to really manipulate these tools and equipment are really important in our STEM program in school. No, but we will make do of what we can as given the context we are in right now. Po. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Matt. I think this will be the last question. The question is from our school FB page. Will there be a first communion for this year?
Oh, that's the first concern on formation. Sir Pimo here, our associate principal for formation, or maybe Ma'am Rax, our CMSI coordinator. Is he here? Wala. Wala, no? Wala ba? So that's we are always at the behest of the IATF, the LGU, the DOH, and DepEd, no, especially in the pandemic. So, but the wish, the hope, no, and the desire for that one to happen is really overwhelming, no. Kami pa, no, sa Ateneo pa. So wala for the moment, wala pa according kay Ma'am Rax. Pero no first communion, sabi niya, no, in the messenger. But as soon as we will be allowed, no, we will be allowed by the IATF, we will consider that, no, as one of our priorities. Father Wings, no, even sa parish, di ba? Meron pa,
Actually,
limited pa rin.
yes.
Mhm.
For First Communion, I think that is also very important. No, I think the sacramental life of the students is very important. As Sir H has already said, we are constrained by the regulations of IATF, the local government, and the Ministry of Education. But I will discuss this with the parish. Maybe we can have some sort of a parish and school activity at the same time, and maybe we can only have for groups, not for everyone, but those who are prepared. I think what is more important is that the students continue to get to appreciate and learn about the sacraments. The actual First Communion, I think, will follow whenever opportunity will allow. But that should not stop them from getting to know the sacrament and falling in love with the sacrament, the more important things. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Father Waynes and Sir H. Now our CBL orientation has come to an end. I'd like to give you reminders first. Okay? As what Sir H discussed a while ago, we will be having separate orientation programs for the different grade levels. Allow me to read them. For the orientation for parents of kinder and grade 1 students and grade school transferees, you will be having your orientation on July 13, 9 to 11 a.m. Again, that's on July 13, 9 to 11 a.m. For the junior high school, parents orientation, grade 7 students and junior high school transferees, the schedule for the orientation will be on July 16, 9 to 11. Again, for the parents orientation of the grade 7 students and junior high school transferees, orientation will be on July 16, 9 to 11. And for senior high school, you will have the parents orientation for grade 11 on July 16 afternoon. That's 2 to 4 p.m. Okay? Next, to better improve our orientation, we will be posting an evaluation link in the chat box. Okay, so please help us by answering the evaluation form. The link is already posted there in the chat box. Kindly click the link and please visit them. As we are to end our CBL orientation, may I ask first, Father Williams, if you have final words to our dear parents and guardians? Father Williams, are you still here?
Sorry. Yes, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Father.
I'm sorry. What is the concern?
Okay. Do you have final words, Father, for our parents and
Okay,
guardians?
sorry. Yes. As I've said earlier, I think beyond the details of the contextualized blended learning program, I think the most important thing is for your children and for us parents and teachers to have the correct attitude of making sure that learning and formation and growth will take place despite this pandemic. And therefore, the more important things really are they are able to thrive as individuals, that they give themselves to the academics as delivered in our our online format, but at the same time they also grow in terms of their relationship with the Lord. They also grow in relationship with their parents and their peers, even if and maybe they enjoy some time, even though limited, of in-person, face-to-face interaction with significant people in their lives, and that they are also able to spend time with other life-giving activities like their pastimes, like their hobbies, and which cannot be delivered in the CBL. So with that, please get in touch, stay in touch with us. You are part of the community. Please stay in touch with the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Father Waynes. Sir H, can I entertain one last question? Very last question.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, the question is from our FB page. Regarding the books, will it be possible to use books passed on by friends, relatives, instead of buying new ones?
You know, whatever works for you. No, we know that in the present time, we really need to be as efficient as possible. So whatever works for you. To some, they buy two books for their child. No, one in the room, one in the sala. In the old normal, they buy two books because one should be at home and the other one should be in school. To some, like me, when my daughters were still in school, if there are available old books, we will use that because it can still be used naman. For other students, they might enjoy it more if it's new. For other students, it's okay for them if it's old. So whatever works, whatever leads your students into eventually, loving and loving the subject and learning from it. So that will do. It's all up to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir H. The evaluation form is already posted in the chat box, so kindly visit them. Again, reminders, on July 13 a.m., the grades, rather the grade school, the grade 1 and the grade school transferees will be having the parents orientation. On July 16 morning, the grade 7 and junior high school transferees will be having the parents orientation. And in the afternoon of July 16, the parents of the senior high school grade 11, okay? For the students orientation, for the junior high school students orientation, they will have their orientation on July 14 morning. And for the senior high school, you will be having the students orientation on July 15. We already have sent emails to you. In case you did not receive an email from us, you may also email us on guidance@adi.edu.ph.
Sir Joseph, excuse
Yes,
me,
Ma'am
sir,
Sar.
just to clarify, because parents might get confused. For the junior high school students orientation, it will only be for our grade 7 students and grade 8 and 9 transferees. And for senior high school, it will only be for our incoming grade 11 students. No, so the rest of the other students need not attend the said orientation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Sari. Okay. Let us formally end our program by singing our school hymn.
Born of Ignatian vision of bringing Christ to Orient lands, armed with Santa Maria's faith in God, to sail where the Spirit commands. From the Middle Kingdom's ancient shores to the Orient Pearl City of Love, sons of Ignatius set ablaze our hearts' desire for God alone. Omnibus amare, in omnibus servire, in omnibus amare, et servire, Domino, in everything love and serve the Lord. As the setting sun bids farewell, in our hearts shall ever dwell the animo of Ateneo and Santa Maria's blue and white. Omnibus amare, in omnibus servire, in omnibus amare, et servire, Domino, in everything love and serve the Lord. Omnibus amare, in omnibus servire, in omnibus amare, et servire, Domino, in everything love and serve the Lord. In everything love and serve the Lord.
Thank you so much, everyone. And that ends our program. I am Sir Joseph, and I am your host. Thank you, Sir H.
Thank you. Naputol ka kanina. You are you are Sir Joseph and you are signing off. Hello
Yeah.
po. Magandang umaga sa lahat.
Thank you.
We hope to see you face to face very soon. Stay safe and stay healthy po.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.